As I'm sure all you know, tomorrow on September 23rd, there's going to be a bunch of stuff revealed about the Steel Ball Run anime in the form of a live stream. With this date rapidly approaching, I think it's a good time to go over everything we know about the Steel Ball Run anime adaptation so far, as well as do some speculation for what the event will showcase, like a trailer, release date, episode count, all that sort of stuff. So without any further ado, let's talk about probably the second most hot topic of discussion regarding the adaptation, that being, of course, the horses. Now, if you haven't heard already, the director has actually confirmed that the horses are not going to be CGI, and that CGI was specifically avoided because it would break the JoJo style. This is a huge win because so many people were worried that since horses are notoriously difficult to animate, they were going to be either CGI or just look really bad. But it seems like the animators understood our concerns and are going to deliver regardless of the challenges. Personally, I never thought this was as large of an issue as people hyped it up to be because I had faith in David Productions. I knew they'd deliver. My guy David never lets me down. Wait. Anywho, it'd be impossible to talk about the Steel Ball Run anime without talking about the release schedule. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I started watching JoJo's after the Part 6 anime was fully released, so I never had to experience the purgatory that was the Stone Ocean batch release.
Adrian, explain.
The Stone Ocean batch release.
So basically, Netflix got the streaming rights for Part 6 of JoJo, and instead of releasing the episodes weekly like most other anime do, and following the predefined JoJo Friday formula, they decided to release it about 12 episodes at a time, with 3 of these 12 episode batches spread apart over the course of a year.
Thank you, Adrian. That sounded pretty chaotic.
Say that again.
Anyways, Netflix fumbled terribly, so it was basically unanimous that the batch release was so unbelievably dookie, and everyone wanted JoJo Fridays back. Now, if you haven't seen already, it has been recently confirmed that Steel Ball Run will be streamed on Netflix. I know, boo-hoo, whatever will we do? No, come on, have some hope, have some dreams. Despite how things may look, I personally believe that JoJo Fridays will be returning for Part 7. Now, you're probably wondering why I think this, so just hear me out. In 2025 alone, Netflix has given us Sakamoto Days, The Summer Hikaru Died, The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, and many other anime, all in a weekly format. When Netflix was handling Part 6 back in 2021, they were still pretty new to the anime scene and didn't understand how a weekly release helps keep hype for anime as it's coming out and how it's been the standard anime release method for decades. Almost 4 years have passed since Part 6 Batch 1 came out, so they're clearly more experienced with anime now. However, Netflix only anime tend to release in batches. So, no, there's still hope from the community. Steel Ball Run is one of the most highly acclaimed manga of all time. Everyone in the anime community is excited for the adaptation. Everyone hated the batch release of Stone Ocean. And if anyone in Netflix is listening to the community, they know that if they give us JoJo Fridays back, they will not only maintain more hype for the anime, but they'll also get more people to subscribe to Netflix. So Netflix giving us JoJo Fridays would literally be a win-win. I just think there's no way that they're going to throw away all that experience, knowledge, and opportunity to continue using the awful batch release schedule and make less money. If you disagree with me or have any insight or anything, please leave a comment. I read all of them. But don't just say nah or something, alright? Anywho, now that we're all on the same page regarding the release schedule, it's definitely important to also discuss the episode count. Now, I think the consensus right now is that Steel Ball Run will be at least 48 episodes, which I definitely agree with. And I think it's also definitely important to note the difference in Part 7's chapter length compared to the previous parts. Steel Ball Run was the first part where Araki decided to go with a monthly chapter release, which allowed him to flourish as an author and artist, but also made the chapters much longer. For example, Part 4 has almost double the amount of chapters as Part 7, but Part 7 has 800 more pages. So pages are definitely a more accurate number to base our episode estimate from. With this in mind, I still think it's reasonable to assume that Steel Ball Run will be about 48 to 54 episodes, either split into 2 parts, each with 24 episodes like Part 3, or if they go with a batch release, it'll probably be 4 batches, each with anywhere from 12 to 14 episodes. Now, the next topic of discussion was much more prevalent back in April when the first announcement was. But regardless, I think we still need to talk about the character designs. Okay, so I think we can all agree that Johnny and Jawa look great. I know some people were disappointed that they're less detailed, but it makes them way easier to animate. Also, these won't be their designs the whole time. They change outfits multiple times throughout the part. Another thing that changes throughout the part, though, is Funny Valentine. They're going to do the buff version, and for his suit, it's either going to be pink or white. There's no way to know for sure, but pink is more iconic, so I'm definitely hoping for that one. As much as I'd like to talk more about the character designs, I'm running out of time with this video, so now let's talk about the release date. Alright, so I think it's very unlikely that they release it this year. If they do, it'll have to be in December, but I think the general consensus is that it'll come out during 2026. Earliest would probably have to be in April for Jonathan's birthday, I'm thinking. And I think the latest would, of course, be December. For some reason, I can't really see them releasing it during the summer, but I think it'd be pretty cool if it releases during September, because September 25th, 1890 is when the Steel Ball Run race originally started. So yeah, final big predictions for the event tomorrow on September 23rd. There has to be some sort of trailer. I'm thinking there's definitely going to be a release date given. Maybe not an exact one, but at least like a month or a season. My personal guess is it's going to be sometime spring 2026. Maybe April. But anywho, like the video if you want to see more stuff like this. And please subscribe!